In this video, we'll look at the groups and users' configuration requirements in Active Directory for ARIA. Active Directory groups needs to be configured for ARIA to install correctly. The groups have their own administrators group, VARIAN computers group, VARIAN users group, and VARIAN application users group. The VARIAN administrators group is used to administer the system. All of the VARIAN administrator accounts will go into this group, enabling them the correct rights to use and configure the system. These include the VARIAN installer, VARIAN service, VARIAN interface, Polar, Equicare, and any ERX client or any other accounts that VARIAN requests the customer to create, with some used by other vendors like Equicare and ERX client. The VARIAN computers group is any computer account that is going to run a VARIAN service. These include a database for web server, a daemon, the fast server, the Aura server, the Untitled server, and Eclipse workstations, which run a DCF agent. The computer accounts will have access to run services, connect to VARIAN shares, and the VARIAN SQL server. The VARIAN user group enables VARIAN users to access the application to run ARIA. This group also includes the VARIAN trainer, which will be used for VARIAN training. The VARIAN trainer will be used to train staff members with an immediate access to systems. The VARIAN application users group contains the VARIAN users group and the VARIAN computers group. The VARIAN application users group will be used to configure all the permissions so that both groups have access to SQL, run the application, and access to VARIAN shares for images and documents. The VARIAN users and their group names can be modified to comply with the hospital naming convention. VARIAN will need to know what the name of the group is, so it can be installed in that way, with exception to the VARIAN LINAC user. We shall now look at the VARIAN users. The VARIAN service user will be required. Service personnel will have access to this user to administer and work on the system after installation is complete. This user is for the TrueBeam users to do service and maintenance on the TrueBeam. Your local service reps will also have this account to help troubleshoot VARIAN repair issues with the system. The VARIAN installer account will be used to install everything. It's a system administrator for Share Framework so that VARIAN can gain access to the systems. Both groups are assigned to the VARIAN administrators group and need to be local admins on all the computers. The VARIAN trainer is used to execute the application during customer training and is only assigned to the VARIAN users group. VARIAN gating is used for respiratory gating. The user can go to the older version of RPM if required. The user will be able to access the VA gatings share and the VA transfer share. These are not assigned to any groups. VARIAN transfer user is used to mount the VA transfer share behind the mic app. This gives VARIAN the ability to transfer files up to the server from either the TrueBeam or from a C-series. With the Crystal Reports user, ODBC connections are used for doctor's prescriptions. This user doesn't need to be part of the group, but will have access to SQL. The SSIS user synchronizes data between the ARIA database and the Aura reporting server. The reports user will execute the ARIA requests to give users direct access to ARIA. Both have password restrictions. They cannot contain double quotes, double hyphens, the @ symbol, single quotes, the £, or / followed by an asterisk. The VARIAN interface user is solely used for the ARIA Connect interface. The analyst will use the VARIAN interface user to connect in a configurative system. The VARIAN interface engine is an interface that will run the services for the VARIAN interfaces. The VARIAN Incitive is a Tableau service user and is not assigned to a group. It will run the Tableau service so that VARIAN can connect into the system and configure it. Only the VARIAN service and the VARIAN installer will have rights to do everything. The LINAC network asset user cannot be changed. It will access the VA transfer and is assigned to a group. This user is required for all Halcyon installations. The DICOM daemon is a local user that is added to the image server. It will give TrueBeam 2.7 and below and C series access to that share. Polar is used for direct messaging. It will run a service on the web server. It's also assigned to the VARIAN administrators group. An ERX client is used by Unlimited systems to access ARIA. Equicare is used by Equicare to access ARIA. They will use it to configure and add VARIAN information into ARIA. It's assigned to the VARIAN administrators group. Equicare and ERX are both third-party applications that are going to have direct access to the system. This image illustrates a topology of VARIAN users and groups and how they are all connected to the VARIAN system resources. VARIAN application users, VARIAN administrators, and the local administrators form the resources groups located in the local domain. VARIAN computers, VARIAN users, and domain admins are the user groups within the resources groups and are in the global domain. Within the user groups are the users. The users within the VARIAN computers group are domain computers. These users within the VARIAN users group are defined by the customer. And finally, the user accounts which are part of the VARIAN administrators group are for remote and service purposes. For further information, refer to Reference Documents System Preparation Manual SPM SS15X and the Security Implementation Guide SIG SS151, both of which are found on MyVARIAN. A list of interactive users is shown. Refer to the user definition table in the SPM for more detailed information. Note, ARIA Active Directory configuration must be completed in order to be able to treat. The follow-on videos take you through the Active Directory configuration process.